end of this year, I'm gonna need you to do one important thing for me. I'm gonna need you to date people that like you. Look, I know the first thing the men and the women are gonna say is, I can't date someone who I don't like. So you're telling me right now that you're willing to date somebody who is not going to be intentional for you. You're willing to
Mm-hmm.
date someone who is going to put you in a position to be an option instead of a priority. You're telling me right now that you wouldn't be willing to choose somebody who is going to come and get you and pursue you. That's what you're telling me. Look, there's a reason why you have horrible dates as it is. There's a reason why you have never gotten flowers or you've never received any type of sentimental gift. Because you're dealing with people who don't care about you. They may only find you attractive, but they don't like you. You need to be with somebody who's going to say, I have dinner reservations at 8 p.m. instead of saying, what you doing? Someone that says, hey, when can I see you? What do you want to do? Instead of being a person that is going to be generous with who they are instead of just leading with their wallet. Date the people that like you. And before you get upset with me and say, I'm not just going to settle for anybody just because they like me, that's not what I'm saying. I'm telling you to choose somebody who actually likes you for you and someone that you can actually like. And stop settling for the people who put you last instead of the people that put you first. The
Come
moment
on
you
now.
start doing that, dating will become so better for you. I promise you.
Listen, welcome to Dark Arts Podcast, okay? Where we go down the rabbit hole and choose either the red pill or the blue pill. And today's conversation we're talking about is you need to date people that don't love you, but date people that actually like you. Now, it's going to sound a bit crazy, and I'm going to explain this concept. In essence, when we talk about don't date people that actually love you, what we're really saying is don't date people that actually love you because you do things for them. Many of us have been in relationships with people where they do things for us. They cook, they clean, they do your schoolwork, they buy you things, they take you out for dinners, they buy you clothes, they are upgrading your lifestyle, they're teaching you things, they're always doing something. So it feels like love. Because many of us have grown up in households where love was equatable to servitude. But when you actually look at relationships and look from a perspective of actually being liked, it's a different ballgame. Many of us haven't experienced love or experienced being liked because we grew up in households where your personality, what your wants and your needs weren't actually necessarily taken into consideration. Now, that's a part two video. Today, we're talking about don't date people that love you, but date people that actually like you. And that means, first and foremost, you got to like you first. And so we're going to break down some of the markers that are going to show you that this person actually likes you. We're going to talk about 6 particular ways to tell you how they actually like you. All right. And I'll give you a quick rundown because number one is a person who actually likes spending time with you. Number two is somebody who also is able to like your personality. Number three is somebody who doesn't try to change you, but enjoys the differences. Number four is somebody who respects your boundaries and autonomy. Number five is somebody that puts you first. And number six is somebody who likes the tiny details about you. Okay, we're going to break it down in the rest of the video in a second or two. But before we do, make sure you guys are like, share, and subscribed to Dark Arts Podcast, where we go down the rabbit hole. Okay,
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
All right. So going down the rabbit hole, we're going to break down a couple of these things because, like I said, we need to be able to show you some definitive markers that are going to help you be able to actually understand if someone actually likes you. So here are 6 key ways to know if somebody likes you. Number one, we're going to talk about is your personality. If somebody really, really likes you and they actually like you for you, they love your personality. Okay. There is something about the way that you are as a personable being that they just like, right? They're not trying to change that. They just like you. There's something about you, the way that you're vivacious, the way you're energetic, the way that you say certain things, the way that you do certain things. You just like your personality. Okay. The emotional energy you bring to the relationship. They like you as a person. Okay. That is number one. All right. Number two is they don't try to change you. Okay. One with my bell. That's it. Thank you. Now, many times we be in relationships with people and they're trying to change the differences about you. For instance, let's say, for instance, you like different music. We can share and exchange our musical tastes. I don't need to change you to R&B and hip hop, or R&B and Afrobeats, whatever you want to call it, right? I don't have to make you change to my thing. I appreciate the differences that you have with me. You like jazz. In fact, I actually start liking jazz because you like jazz now. And I appreciate jazz because I now have just got an ear for it, right? Because I spent time with you, right? Now we want to be careful. We don't want to get to a place where you completely take on everything that they are. But you shift and you move. That is somebody who actually likes you. They're not trying to change your differences. They're not forcing you to be like them. They are saying that I can appreciate that we have differences, and I like that about you. Number 3 is to be able to respect the boundaries and autonomy. Okay. Beautiful. Now, the respect of the boundaries and autonomy is simply this: autonomy meaning your independence, your ability to do whatever you want to do. They respect the fact that you're going to want to go your way, you're going to want to do your thing, you're going to want to, choose your path to do certain things, right? And then the boundaries we have here is all about where you begin and where you end, right? So, what are your needs and what are your wants? And you're able to articulate those things, and they can respect that. Right. So, for instance, if your need is you want to be loved and you want to be loved in a way of, you want me to, to give you physical touch, right? And maybe you say, no, I don't want to be touched today, right? Even though I know it's your love language, I'm respecting the fact you said no today because I respect you, because I like you. And when you're feeling some type of way, I'm feeling some type of way because I like you. I'm not in love with what you do. Okay, so you don't start cooking today or you don't cook today. I'm not now disliking you, right? Because you didn't cook today or you didn't give me sex today. And that's another point we're going to drop a little bit later on. So your boundaries, they respect it. In fact, they honor your boundaries, right? Your no, they respect it. Your autonomy, they respect it. They like it because they like you. Number 4 is now they put you first. I need my little bell. Thank you. Wow. They put you first. What does that mean? Meaning that they serve from a place of understanding that you coming first. They are not afraid that you won't do the same for them. But their first thought is, how can I serve you? How can I help you? Right. And they do those things without necessarily thinking about what they're going to get in return. It's not transactional. They're wanting to serve and put you first because they like you. Right. Because they like you. Okay. All right. Number 5, we're talking about they like being around you, which I think is really important. Okay. There we go. Some of you don't like the people that you're around. Let's be honest. You can't stand them. They make you feel sick. Yeah. You don't like them. And the people that like you like just being around you. They don't want to spend time with you. They don't even want to even do anything crazy. They won't even smell the air that you're even breathing. Yeah. Yeah. They even like your scent. They like being around you. They like to snuzzle up next to you. They like walking with you. They like talking with you. They like spending time that is free, not having to spend money that with you, because really and truly, it is all about you. Whether they're at the museum or whether they're on a yacht or yacht. Damn, coach, English. Whether on a yacht, they just like you. There's something about you that is just intriguing to them, right? And so there's a big difference. When someone doesn't like you, they don't like being around you very long. If they're not doing something that benefits them, or it's not about money, or it's not about sex, they can't stand being around you when it doesn't have some of those parameters. Okay. And number 6, very big point here. Okay. Let me put my little bell again. They notice the tiny little details. Now, this is really important because what they do is they notice things that are specific to you, sentimental things. They notice little changes and quirks in your facial expression. They know little things about you where they're like, oh, I know that's changed. That's not right. You don't usually do that. They notice these little details because it means something for them, right? Your happiness is meaningful for them. Not only that, they notice these tiny details which make up you. Like, for instance, sometimes you might see someone snuzzle their nose. You might talk and they snuzzle, or when they talk, they have a little bit of a twang, or they have a way they move their head or whatever, and you laugh, and you notice, because when you're at home, you're like, they always do that, and you laugh, right? And that person, they like those little things of you because they point out, they'll tell you, I like when you do that little thing, it's just you. Or you do that and it's just you. You notice they're not trying to change you. They like you for you because they start noticing those tiny details make up you. You, as a holistic picture, are made up of tiny little pixels of information, and they like all those tiny little pixels of information. Of course, you're not gonna like every single thing, but you like the majority of things about that person. So that's 6 ways to know that someone actually genuinely likes you. If they're not in those categories, there's probably a few more. Then they probably don't like you, and you know this already. But you don't. If you're not able to tell someone likes you, it's because you don't like you. You've not spent enough time with yourself to know what liking you feels like. All right, listen, we're gonna have to love you and leave him, and I'm gonna let you know. Listen, make sure you go down the rabbit hole and let it take you where it needs to take you. We'll see you very, very soon.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.